Good afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. So, one of my favorite pastimes when we go to the Holy Land in Israel is going hiking and seeing the nature in the mountains, by waterfalls. And I've told you about many of our trips, but something we try to do every year, although we change it up, is try to go to Ein Gedi. My children really love the trails and the hikes and the waterfalls in Ein Gedi in the Judean Hills. And there's many reasons for it. Of course, it's knowing that this is the nature of Israel. This is where our forefathers walked, and this is where they lived. It's just a remarkable thing. And this week, just today, I read in the paper that, in the newspaper in Israel, that they made the most remarkable find there. They found 4 swords from the time of the Bar Kokhba rebellion, which was about 130 CE. This goes back 1900 years, where they found these swords that probably were Roman swords stolen by the Jews who were trying to rebel against the Romans after the destruction of the Second Temple. And not only did they find the swords, they found the sheaths and the wooden ornaments and the leather handles, all intact. And remarkably, this was 1900 years later. It was in like a little crevice in a cave hidden behind. And they, of course, said that one of the reasons that it was able to survive 1900 years was because of the climate in the Judean Hills. It's a dry area. So in another place where it would get destroyed and it would get, time would do what it does, in the Judean Hills it was able to be preserved. Yet it's really remarkable. And it made me think about something in this week's Torah portion. And of course the question as we come to the high holidays, and the question we ask is, you think about these swords that have survived 1900 years. I mean, today you buy something, you buy an iPhone every year, you buy a dishwasher or a washing machine, you're lucky if it lasts you 5-10 years and it's always breaking, you need new ones. Think about 1900 years. The Torah has survived over 3,300 years. How has it survived? And as we come to the high holidays and we contemplate the future year, how do we make sure that it continues to survive, and not just survive, but to thrive? And I think that this week's Torah portion, Moses gives us the secret. On his last day of his life, Moses is speaking to the Jewish people, and he gives them the final commandment. And the final commandment on the last day of his life, of the 613 mitzvot, is Va'atam kisvu lachem et hashira hazot. Write this song down. Write the Torah down. It's the biblical commandment of every single Jew to write a Torah. But the question is, as we know, the book of Deuteronomy is called Devarim, the words. The Torah is not a song, it's words. It's a book of ideas. Why does Moses tell us to write this song down? And he doesn't tell us to write these words down or this book down. And there's many different interpretations. One interpretation, of course, is, with a song, you could have many different people singing in chorus together. So, same to the Torah, you could have many people singing their own tune. Also, every generation could sing the same words, but it could be a different tune. But the most important, I think, an idea that we could think about and contemplate before the high holidays, as we think about the future of Judaism, is the idea that when Moses was telling the Jewish people, how do you guarantee the survival of the Torah? I'm passing. Today's my last day of my life. Each and every one of you have to become the Moses, the leaders. How do you guarantee and make sure that the Torah survives and thrives? And the answer is, you got to sing it. You see, words are ideas, and it uses our mind to think and to formulate these ideas. But when you sing something, it connects your mind and your thought with your heart. And in order for Judaism to thrive, we need to sing it. Moses says, if you want Judaism to survive for the next generation, you need to sing it with your heart. You need to live it. You need to thrive it. When you get home on a Friday night and you set up the Shabbos dinner and you sing the Shalom Aleichem, when you sing Friday night Lechadodi or Mizmor LaDavid and Shul, you're not just praying, you're davening, you're singing. You're letting these words come to life. And what Moses told the Jewish people on the last day of his life is that if you guys want the Torah to continue, you need to become the leaders. You need to write down this song. Don't write it down as a book. Don't write it down in a way where it's going to be just a formality. We're just going to be continuing what has been done the day before with your mind, where there's no vibrancy, where there's no life, where there's no joy, where there's no love. Judaism will only thrive, and the reason why it's thrived for 3,300 years plus is because we sing. In fact, it's a remarkable thing, you know. We're getting ready for the high holidays, and everyone knows there's a famous Kaddish that we sing, and the tune is so different, or the tune of Kol Nidre. Now you think about the Kaddish, you walk into any shul, and you hear them sing Kaddish, and the tune will tell you if it's a regular Shabbos, if it's Sukkot or one of the 3 festivals, if it's Rosh Hashanah, or if it's Yom Kippur, and we even have a special one for Ne'ilah, for the closing thing, because in Judaism, life and the Torah is about a song. It's about our heart and our soul, our mind and our emotions coming together to celebrate, to live life. And that's the story with these swords. They lived in the Judean Hills in a crevice because they were surrounded by the right environment to thrive. The Judean Hills, the Torah, the Judaism that God gave us. And that's the power of the high holidays, to allow us to contemplate and to refocus our energy, to make sure, listen guys, you're all going to go to a shul, same rabbi, same boring speeches probably, maybe same jokes. We'll all take a little schluff in the middle of the sermons, but are you going to sing or are you going to just speak? That's the question of the high holidays. You know, there's a remarkable story about this argument that was happening in the wilderness, in the forest, between the lion and the bird. The lion said, I'm the king of the forest. And the bird said, no, I am. And the lion starts laughing. He says, you are. How could you be? And he said, what do you mean, how could you be? He said, the lion gives a roar. And the lion roared so loud that the entire forest was able to hear. Everything was shaking. And then he looks at the bird and laughs and says, let's see what you're going to do. And the bird gets up on top of a tree and starts singing. And first it's a little quiet bird singing. But then the bird on the next tree starts singing, and the next one, and the next one. And then the whole forest is full with this melody, with this song of the birds that travels even farther than the lion. And of course the metaphor and the message is like this. You could be a lion and you could roar with force. You could speak your words forcefully. But if you sing it, it will travel further. If you sing it, then 1,900 years and 3,300 years and eternity years later, those same swords, those same words will be in life. In fact, when they found those swords, they said they literally look like you could still use them today. 1,900 years, think about that. May, for my friends, as we get ready for the high holidays, may each and every one of us sing a song, a chorus to Hashem, of love, of joy, of connection, of Judaism, of power, of spirituality and holiness. May each and every one of you be blessed with a happy and a sweet new year. God bless.